we're gonna move from affordable to something that we might have just maybe gotten for free, maybe just saw, maybe we got it on sale, didn't think too much about it. You know, maybe we got a code for it somehow. But sometimes you could get really surprised by a game. And I think the best games can sometimes be the surprise hits of the year.
Surprise hit of the year.
So we're going to start once again with Chef on his pick for surprise hit of the year. And Chef, I really am looking forward to this. What is your surprise hit of the year?
So I have spoiled it earlier, but my surprise hit of the year is Mouthwashing. It was a really good game, and it's tough because you can't talk about it too much without spoilers, but very kind of gut-wrenching game. And it's from a dev that their previous game, which I've seen, is not super big. It didn't make as much of an impact, and I don't think there were that many people that were like super looking forward to it when it came out, but it exploded as soon as it came out. I mean, it is a great game. It is a short game, a very digestible package, but definitely one of the coolest games that I've seen in a long time. So definitely, certainly this year, this was my surprise hit.
Well, there you go. Mouthwashing. This is definitely one of those games that I was looking into almost all year. This one and Crow Country were my two biggest regrets that I didn't play.
Oh yeah, no, both of those I saw on and almost added to my Steam wish list immediately during the winter sale.
Yeah, I really wanted to play this in Crow Country. I'm probably going to end up picking it up on sale.
I found it watching Analyzing Evil on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spooky, shady side of things. Love it.
I love that channel.
It's not a happy game.
Yeah,
No,
definitely
it's to make you feel good.
Yeah, definitely does not seem like it. But that is also Mouthwashing, Chef's surprise hit of the year 2024. I definitely want to check this one out. And now we're going to move on to Johnny. Johnny, what was your surprise hit of the year?
Warhammer 40K. Just like we brought up earlier, I was actually surprised by Space Marine 2, dude. I'm gonna say Space Marine 2. Just like we said earlier, but I really liked this game. I did not expect Space Marine to be so freaking cool and be so awesome. But like we were talking about earlier, it is a solid game. That is, I don't know. Saber did a really good job.
Yeah, the whole game feels so good. Yeah, the only reason why it was my get it on sale is because some people are not going to get as much out of it as some other people, and I think it's kind of hard to tell unless you play it. But they made it feel like, I'm like a longtime Warhammer player, not anymore because it's way too freaking expensive. But since I was literally for 15 years, Oh my god, 23 years. What am I talking about?
You and me were playing Warhammer as kids. We were playing Warhammer as kids.
Young.
Yeah.
So obviously I love Warhammer, love the universe, and it's got to be, in my opinion, the best experience of showing off the universe. As far as the games, the secret level and stuff was great too.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I have heard of Warhammer. I've been to the 40K. The shops and stuff in the malls and stuff all over.
Did you play
I never really got the lore. Never learned about it until this game came out. I was just somebody mentioned you should stream this, and I was like, okay, I'll get it for stream. And there wasn't really anything out at the time, and I got it for the stream. And I ended up having a lot more fun than I thought I was going to have. And learning the lore, it's so much fun, dude. It's crazy, and you're not supposed to be it's like what you said with Mouthwash. You're not going to feel good.
Yeah.
Learn about the lore. But once you figure out the
right?
fun, and it clicks, especially with this game. And I just seeing how it is, and once I beat the game, and I figured out, oh, okay, I see the multiplayer, I was like, this game, the way Saber set it up and everything, I know it's short. We were talking about it earlier. This game is set up to have another DLC. They could, if they wanted to, they would just put haunch down and made another campaign involving, heck, you don't even have to do Ty, just do someone else. You know what I mean? Like a side character, and it would sell. You know what I mean? This is a good game.
Yep.
It reminded me a lot. I heard a lot in the reviews a lot of people said was that it reminded them of the 360 era of gaming, how the way it played, the way with the shooting,
Ooh.
and that's what it reminded me of a little bit, was the feel of just coming home and playing a 360 game with my cousin and just shooting at crap for hours on end.
I agree.
Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 seems like a good game. Seems like a game that should be on your radar if it isn't, because it is Johnny Deal's surprise hit of the year.
Yes.
And now, Drix, we move to you. What was your surprise hit of 2024?
Yeah, we're talking about Crow Country when I mentioned games that we talked about as they released during the week on CFM radio. So this was the one that kind of piqued my interest the most, and I actually ended up picking it up. And it is Gory Cuddly Carnage. Have any of you guys heard about this game, Chef or Johnny?
This game's fucking
No.
No. I have not.
Well,
It's on the screen right now.
It's off base.
yeah. So, long story short, too long didn't read. You're a cat, you ride a hoverboard, and you kill unicorns. And I am playing the soundtrack right now. So, this game, I gotta say, it reminds me of the kind of games that built gaming, like Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, like a Mario 64 kind of platformer that we all kind of have our favorite, and we know it and we love it. The vibe and the aesthetic, great music, really cool visuals. I played it on PC, but I kind of wish I played it on PS5 so I could get a little bit more out of the graphics and a nice graphics card or whatever that I didn't buy on a PC. But this game is sick. If you've ever played Conker's Bad Fur Day, then this is right up your alley, because the cat, the main character, cat protagonist, doesn't talk. He sounds like a cat, but your hoverboard swears like a sailor. Your ship's internal computer is like depressed and kind of sighs heavily all the time, like, sad robot friend. You end up meeting like a goldfish who thinks he's a human, who has a wacky German scientist accent.
I love that trope.
It's campy. It's great. The soundtrack is awesome. You're on a hoverboard, so you're grinding rails and you're wall riding on billboards. And while you're doing this,
Escaping from the city?
yeah, pretty much. And
Yeah, pretty much.
you have a grenade launcher. That is your weapon. You do tricks to fuel up your hoverboard and then fire
So
bigger
sick.
explosions with your grenade launcher. Running from bad guys, doing really fun, like, sort of sidewalk surfer, like, just grinding and wall riding and stuff. Platforming. Yeah, this is the Sly Cooper. This is the Jack and Daxter. This is the kind of game that if you don't think they're making good games anymore, like, you need to look harder, because this game was so sick. It took me completely by surprise, because it's kind of like they're like a Swedish developer, definitely like an indie game, but this one took the cake for me. It's you could say it's short. There's a bit of replay value once you get to the end, but like I was actually, despite like the edgy themes, I was totally moved by like the story and the relationship between the cat and, say, his owner, his human, if you will. Interesting take. I haven't seen anything like this since Conker's Bad Fur Day, so this completely blindsided me and was totally one of the sickest games I played this year. Gory, cuddly carnage.
And now we're going to move on to my surprise hit of the year. And listen, okay, this is going to sound kind of like a cop-out. And I don't want anybody to be like, oh man, what the fuck? But like, you know, I didn't see this on any of the show notes or anything like that. Thank you guys, sound is back. I didn't see this on any of the show notes or anything like that. And I just feel like I had to, ooh, I'll pull myself down. I had to talk about it, and I had to put it on the docket because I love it so much. I played the shit out of it. It's Balatro.
Ah, boo.
I mean, it came out of fucking nowhere.
It's true.
I came out of fucking nowhere. I got this on a recommendation. I'm like, what is this fucking card game? And I'm like, oh, I just played this for like 6 hours.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
And then I did it again for like 6 weeks.
You said in a DM it's a dangerous game to have on mobile.
It is. That's why I don't have it on mobile. It's on my PC. Like, the resolution on the screen right now is crap, I know, but like this is the game. It's cards. The jokers augment the multipliers. All of the different multipliers in your score are dependent on your poker hands that you draw from your deck. You have, as you keep going and achieving higher and higher scores and beating more blinds, you could get bigger and bigger, like, different decks, creating crazy cards. I've had like a fucking like 600 of spades or something. Like, it's you could get so crazy stupid in Balatro, and the craziest part is, at least for me, this game doesn't get old. I will be bored out of my mind, and I'll just be like, you know what? Double click the Balatro button, and I'm locked in. I was getting in this footage right now before the show, and I lost track of time.
This is giving me like I'm at a bar in Vegas.
Dude, the vibe is totally.
And I'm with my mom.
It's a
and we're playing
totally
this
trippy
game.
bar in Vegas vibe.
Yeah.
On the bar, it's giving me that vibe.
Here,
It's awesome. I
would
can
be
see
like
it though.
poker.
It's interesting.
Yeah. No, okay, I'm gonna tell my Balatro story real quick, but I bought it to try it out. I see how it's very innovative. We've never seen anything like this in the what some would call pixel shit roguelike category. But then there's the meme that says when Balatro casino machine.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what it looks
really
like.
been-
It looks like I'm playing like I'm in Vegas.
I
But it's
want to
chill.
return it because I could really use that $15, so I don't want to play it more than 2 hours on Steam. But I see how it is crack. Absolutely.
It's so crack.
Definitely innovative, and I'm glad it came up today on the CFM Awards because it definitely made some waves this year, and a lot of people really enjoyed this surprise hit.
You know what? I will check this out. This looks cool.
Yeah, man. I love this game. I really
And
do.
also fits into that low poly graphics category. Like, it's not full on 2D pixel art. Like, it's a little more like PS1, but like, you know, N64, kind of that graphics era that we really like to see nowadays.
And there's
The
just so
music's
much.
really good too.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's just so much charm from the music to the graphics and the way that just everything moves while idle. Like, just take a look at like the way the cards just kind of float and the numbers. Everything floats. Everything on the UI floats. Like
The shake camera.
the cat, like the feedback when you play the cards, when you discard cards, it just feels good. Everything about Balatro is just cool. And I don't know the last time that I've played a game and I'm just like, man, this game's cool factor is just through the roof. Like,
Yeah, not since Windows Solitaire.
or fucking Space Cadet Pinball.
Oh
Like,
boy.
you know,
It's got a little bit of that vibe too.
it's weirdly nostalgic, but incredibly innovative. And like I said, I had to give the disclaimer. I know a lot of the mainstream press and the Access Gaming media blows a lot of smoke up this game's ass. It was nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards. What the fuck? Like,
It was? Wow.
yeah, so like what's going on? But I agree. Like, for a game that I got for $15 at the beginning of the year, I don't think I've played any other game more. Maybe Marvel Rivals. Maybe.
Yeah.
And that's Balatro. My surprise hit of 2024. It's kind of a cop out, but whatever. And you know, it's just good.
surprised.